All right, we are in the video game mode. We got videos after videos after videos after videos, babies. Anyways, I try to make it a little bit lighter in here, but my trusty little webcam. I guess I could turn on the thing. I don't know if it makes too big of a difference. Uh, Let me see. Does that make a big? I'll leave it off. It'll be okay. All right, so I'm making this video because I've been meaning to make this video for a long time, but I haven't because your boy just been busy doing shit, doing what I do. Anyways, so I'm gonna give you context, give you a bit of context. So it's been over a decade, yeah. About a decade ago, I met a young lady. Actually, over a decade ago, I met a young lady. Dated on and off for 3 years. And she, issues like most women have. Now, one of the things that kept coming up when it regards to me is that I have issues with affection. And maybe that is true. Maybe I do have issues with affection because I don't want to be affectionate 24/7. I mean, my extensiveness when it comes to affection is basically, we're probably talking about 2 to 3 times a week, and that comes in various forms. But I'm busy doing stuff, and again, let's just call it for what it is. Women ain't doing nothing to really help me out, and when they do ask for help, they want to help me make my bed or fold my clothes, things that I'm already doing, right? They don't want to cook. When I ask them, well, why don't you cook? Then we go silent. So, and I do that too. So that's a sad thing. I do everything, right? And all they want is sex and affection. That's about the extent of what they present, which every woman presents. Actually, every man presents that as well. But I was also told too that I apparently have trauma, and I've had this happen too, where I've had her and then two other women that I never really dated, actually committed to. Talk about trauma. And actually, I just viewed a video not too long ago by Brittany. What's her name? Last name Venti. That's how I pronounce her name is Venti. Brittany Vinny. Well, I call her Vinny. But she actually touched on something that was actually pretty interesting, and I am in agreement to it. Like, I don't technically like dating anyway. I'm the type of person that when I find someone, I want to get to know them. First off, I just need to make sure that I'm attracted to her. If we're attracted to each other, then we should just be spending the time trying to get to know each other, making sure that our morals, our life goals, life path, aligns with each other. And then we just need to start getting to know each other to work towards getting, married. So all that dating stupid shit to me is stupid. Now I think what she was saying is that she didn't see the point in being girlfriend boyfriend because it's almost pointless. And she made something that is kind of controversial where people can just leave the relationship, and that is true. I will tell you that I have left a couple of relationships in my early 20s. Why? Because I got tired of women complaining about what I don't do when they in turn literally do nothing. Like, they're not bringing any type of value, and I'm up here working. I'm up here trying to appeal to them, so like once a week taking them on dates. We're going to the comedy club. I might send them a flowers. I've done those things. But at the end of the day, I have to also get things in return as well. And apparently, I don't matter in relationships, right? So if I'm not doing something that they think I should be doing, then they're complaining. And then when I say, well, why don't you just put forth effort into making that sort of thing happen? Then, crickets, right? Now, that was back in my 20s. After my 30s, I never really broke up with anyone. It's really been women breaking up with me because they don't get what they want, right? But Furthermore, apparently I have trauma. And I will tell you this, a lot of the women that I have dated, as far as committed to, have had trauma. We're talking about trauma as in they've been abused by partners, they've been raped, and we're talking about not talking about raped as they was 18 plus and got raped. We're talking about they was 17. Well, no, actually, all of these cases they have been 12 years old or younger getting raped. My hearts go out to them because there's nothing they can do about that, right? And y'all already know that I don't. When it comes to like grown women getting raped, I'm the type that if you've been raped, you need to report it to the police immediately. You need to take action immediately. Don't turn around and wait 10, 15 years later talking about you was raped and talking about how you couldn't come out because no, we don't do that, right? But when it comes to you being under the age of 18 being raped, that is a totally different story. Um, the heck. Anyway, I'm looking at these people outside. Anyways, that's a situation where grown adults, should have protected you, right? And they didn't do that, and they failed. And the fact is that it's hard for kids to say something because they don't know that that what is happening to them is wrong, right? You only know as much as you've been taught, right? So that's a whole different new story when you're talking about being raped as a kid, and that's what's happened to a lot of the girls that I, committed to. And unfortunately, that comes with certain traits, right? One of the things that comes with is hypersexual sexuality, right? I can't deal. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be able to deal with a woman that needs to have sex two, three, four times a day. I don't even have. I work. I'm a 9 to 5er, right? I have to work to make a living, right? So try to turn my fan on. There we go. So that's an issue, right? And I just tell them straight up, like, hey, I like having sex like once a day, but multiple times a day, I don't have time for that, right? Also, there seems to be an issue where, like I've said before, too, where they don't orgasm and they will come out and say things like, where orgasming isn't the most important thing about sex. Okay, right? We're not going to talk about that. Then there's other issues where they have to have validation, and we're talking about constant validation where it's like every hour on the hour. And you have to really like show them that you have to not only show it, but you gotta tell it to them that, hey, I love you every day, every hour on the hour. Hey, think that you're the most beautiful person in the world. It's a lot of work that goes into that. Whereas you have normal women who all you gotta do is tell them that like once a month and they're good, right? So that's the extent of that. That's just kind of a summarized version of the type people I've been meeting. Now, I was told by some of these same people that I apparently have trauma. Okay, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess I do have trauma. So we're gonna get into that right now about the trauma that I've had growing up as a kid. So, without further ado, shout out to MTR. All right, I'm gonna display my trauma to y'all. Okay, because apparently I have trauma that I don't know about. I've had issues. Apparently, I have issues and all this stuff. So let's talk about that for a second. So this is me. Now, what year was this? What year was this piece? This was 2003. No, 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 no. This was either this was probably 2005. So 2004, 2005. This is back in college. Okay. This is me and a buddy of mine back in the day. This looked like an album cover. This literally looked like an album cover. I want y'all to meme that. Hold on, let me. Can I flip my thing without? Let me flip this. There we go. There we go. That right there could be an album cover. So I want y'all to go ahead and do what y'all need to do. Meme it. Like meme it to the point. Like that looks. That's awesome, peeps. All right, you can't really see this. Try to zoom in. Oop. But this is the crew. Look at that. The crew got the bodyguard over to the far left. I can't think. I think there was someone else over here to the far left. I can't. I don't remember. All these are my cousins. These are all my cousins I used to hang out with. Um, so the two that's in the white shirt, and you got me over here. Let me tell y'all something. That coat that I have on, I literally have that same coat. Hold on, y'all don't believe I literally have this coat right now. Hold on. Peace. I still got that coat. Look at that. The pockets, the design. I still got this coat. Now I bought this coat. Now this is 2005. Yeah, 2005. Why am I wearing a coat and everybody's out there with this this fool over here with a tank top? It was a little chilly. But yeah, I'm wearing a coat. And I got it right here. This is a 20-year-old coat. 20-year-old coat, peeps. Listen, 20-year-old coat, and I still got it. Now, I got this coat from the magazine called East Bay. Listen, if you know, you know. That I just basically showed my age right there. So, but yeah, the two in the white shirt, we all hung out, played. What you don't see is my other cousin, and he'll be appearing in this picture, but it was all four of us playing. The other two, those are girls. My two, they. So the one to the left side of me, I'm gonna be honest with you, she's kind of ran off the rails. Sad, but she's ran off the rails. The other one, the one that you can barely see right next to her, that she's I think she's like 3 years older than me, 3 or 4 years older than me. Um, but she is my cousin, which was basically my brother, my best friend. That's his sister. So all my cousins, peeps. I'm gonna tell you how. Listen to me. I had so much trauma in my life. This is a lot of trauma that I had in my life. A lot of trauma. This bike. Now let me tell y'all something. Y'all see the training wheels on this? I'm thinking, and I don't know what year this was. This probably was like 90. I'm not 90. Sorry. I think this was like 80. This had to have been 86. 80. No, not 86. Had been 88. Had been at least 88. 1988. I remember this bike. It was a really durable bike. You got the padding right there, so if I, that way I boom, hit my head, I get protected. Padding on the bar, so if I, to protect these nuts. You see what I'm saying? My sandals. Oh, listen, I was a big sandal kid. I love sandals with the socks. Listen, this is my mom's car. I ain't gonna lie, I miss this car. It was really cool. pretty cool car. These training wheels, I'm trying to think. I think one of them was at this point I was ready to, I think this was at the time when I was pretty much ready to take the training wheels off because one of the training wheels was bent upwards. So it was balancing me, but it really wasn't. So look at little old me sitting in this little chair. I actually remember this place too. So this is the house that, I mean, we had just moved into this house. I remember this too. Now there's a lamp over here. Now I'm gonna tell you something that I did that nobody knows that I did. But I don't know why I was tempted, but I would unscrew the light bulb and put my finger inside the light bulb and then turn it on. Nothing happened, right? For some reason nothing happened. It wasn't until I decided to get on top of the couch, and I think I was moist a little bit. My finger was moist. I stuck my finger in there. Yeah, I got shocked. So- all right, this is our old house. You know what? I don't know who that picture is right there, but the picture behind the tree, that's a side of the family I don't really too much like to deal with. I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, but yeah. Oh, I remember this, peeps. Look at this. This is where I got my cooking skills. If you see, it's hard to see and tell, but if you look at it long enough, you'll see this right here. Not me opening my present. This was a kitchen, right? This was a like kitchen. I don't know what you call it. Lady, stop. Anyway, this was a kitchen. Yeah. So you got the sink, my stove over here. You got the fake microwave right there by my hand. Look at it. Oh, look at it to the left. The TV. Listen, this is how you know this was old school because we had TVs that actually was set down, so you didn't have to buy no stand or nothing. It was a listen. I wish I had pictures of stuff like this, but you know, we got the little tree, little fake candy canes. You could tell. Well, you probably can't tell they're fake, but they are fake. There was real candy canes that we used to have too. Now, this particular tree, hell, I think we still got this. No, I think this is a different tree. I think we got a different tree. But yeah, my little kitchenette. Now, this was taken back when I. So people don't know this. I actually, and I'm probably I need to go back to Hot Springs so I can get my old pictures. But this was taken during a time when I was in Catholic school. If anyone didn't know, yes, I went to Catholic school. Don't ask, don't let's not talk about it, right? Smelling the flowers, you know what I'm saying? Because I always smell the roses. That's just my personality. So look at that, peeps. I do not remember this. This is back in '89, Polaroid. But apparently, I took a picture of Batman. Your boy took a pic. I was so traumatized back in the day that I was literally taking pictures of Batman. And this was at Sears, '89. We used to frequent Sears quite a bit, strangely. I don't know what I had there. I don't think that was mine. It may have been, I don't know. Um, look at how I was dressed. Now let me tell y'all something. I want y'all to understand something about me. I was not a street cat. I was not into the ghetto. We didn't live in the ghetto. We wasn't a street nothing. We were just a normal ass damn group of people, right? Your boy taking pictures of Batman. I was so traumatized. Look at me. Your boy ready for some soccer. Now this house here is my grandmother's house. It's an old house. I remember it too. And back there, that in the back to the left, That's my grandmother's room. And then you go further to the left, that would be my mom's room. And then you have the kitchen if you keep going all the way back to the left, and then the bathroom. And then right where I'm at now, that's the living room, and then the porch is actually facing towards my aunt's house. But yeah, look at my phone, my first phone. And listen, this I don't know what this is called. I guess it was a quilt or something. My grandmother apparently made these, I guess, from what I was told anyway. I don't know if she did or if she bought it. There I go. Peeps, I was so traumatized back when I was a kid. Your boy had to play in snow. He had no chores. That's why my eyes was closed because I was so upset. Like, God damn it, I gotta go out here in this damn snow and walk around. You know what's funny? If you look at this area and that from back then and look at it now, totally different. Totally different. This tree here is, and it was surprising. I didn't know this. I think this tree was just planted. I remember that stupid pole. I don't know what that pole was for. It's been, they ended up digging it up, but I have no idea what the damn pole was for or why it was in the ground. This back here was actually a shed. It is now, they've converted this into, I think, kind of like a house, amazingly, because it's old. And then back off in there, yeah, back off in here. Um, hold on, let me do my cursor. There we go. It didn't do anything. Did it? There we go. Y'all can see my cursor. Damn, fool. You can't park. So back off in here is all wooded. Well, it used to be wooded. So fast forward a couple years ago, it would be this all back here would be wooded areas. Now there's a big fence because they've revenerated the property. This here, the tree is cut down because it grew a lot. This over here, Jesus, I can't. Okay, this over here. So back off in here. This is a fenced off. This tree grew, and we ended up cutting it down. This here is a big old bush that, as far as I know, is still there. She might have cut it down. I haven't been home in a while, so I don't even remember. Yeah, your boy out here playing in snow. I was so um traumatized. All right, so this is kind of important. So I wanted y'all to get a so back off in here is the house. You can't see it. We had a this and to be honest with you, this is how this is weird. So this is actually not even the backyard. This is the side of the yard. The backyard is back here, and it's really small. So back off in here is the house. This is my aunt's house, and this is my one of my cousin's house. But all of this is all connected. Now I don't know. So apparently our property line, and this we didn't deal with the property line because this was all like family owned anyway. So the property line kind of comes about right here, I guess, and then my aunt's property comes all off in here. But we didn't even care about that. We just literally would just when they were cutting grass, she would just cut all the grass. This is why I don't like cutting grass because you had to cut all of this. And trust me, there's more even back behind the camera. There's a lot more land. All of this, just to cut all of this, takes about 2.5 hours, and that's if you're cutting it from the top, from start to finish, without stopping. 2.5 hours. F that. But she does it. But that's my mom. I miss that house too. Now my aunt passed away. It's been about 15 years ago. Been about 15 years. So this house is no longer there. This house, they might, I don't know what's gonna happen to it, because it's falling apart, so it doesn't need to exist anymore. This shed, I remember that shed. There's a new shed there. Now, y'all need this right here. I want y'all to understand something back in the 80s, and well, even further back. That's what you call clothesline. Now, if you're from Europe, you probably know what this is, but some of the people here in the States don't know what this is. But it's a clothesline. Because back then, we didn't have a dryer. Now, my aunt, it was really weird because so she actually had a washing machine, but she didn't have a dryer. She never had a dryer. So this is our old house. We're up here digging, shoveling the snow and shit. And then you can see back in the background, that's my toy car. And we used to sit back here in the back porch. This place looks like, man, I'm surprised. I'm glad she tore it down. It looked like it was falling apart. But yeah, this is our back porch. I used to sit back here quite a bit, especially during the summertime. But yeah, this is behind us. So here's the side of the yard, and then here you got the rest of the side of the yard, and that's so technically this was really considered the back, but according to how the property is laid out, the side off to the side is actually the back. This is actually the side. It's really weird. Look at that. Your boy was so traumatized. I had a bunch of stuffed animals just surrounding me. I was so traumatized. The fact that I had all these animals surrounding me. It's crazy. All right, peace. We gotta get into something. Okay. Now I want y'all to understand something. This was back when I was in Alabama. And I was actually in band. Y'all don't even know that, but yeah, I was in band. And I was actually playing the trombone. So this was seventh grade. So a couple things I want to note here. Oh shoot. Let me here we go. There we go. Jeez. Peace. We can't we gotta do that. Okay. Things I want to note here. Okay, I can zoom it like that. Keep it that zoom. So this is band. This girl right here. I'm trying to zoom in. So funny thing about her, and I still remember this too. She was kind of a cutie pie, but me and her used to actually talk quite a bit. These two. Now I want y'all to look at something. I didn't notice this a couple of years ago. This mother joker here, scheming ass, scheming butt over here. Let me get in the shot. I actually had more shots of this, but because back in the day, because of how cameras operated, you had to take like multiple shots because not all your shots were gonna be developed. So I want you. These two right here have been like boyfriend girlfriend, allegedly according to them since the fourth grade, which I don't believe, but okay. But these two, I don't even remember their names. This girl, his name was Tamika. I remember it because I was thinking, damn, that's not like a black name. But she was a cute girl, and me and her talked quite a bit. These two was trying to get me to date her, but they didn't know. But I was actually in the midst of leaving, and I didn't tell nobody till like the last week. Well, the last 3 days that I was leaving. You can't see, but these two here, they were actually in my PE. I like him. He was cool. He was really quiet. He never really said much. of anything to me. And then her, she was quiet too. Now, I supposedly, I'm trying to think. I think this is where was sitting at right here. I sat right here. But for some reason, he sat in my seat. I think because I don't know. I don't know. He sat in my seat. That's all I can say. Listen, your boy was so traumatized that I was making gingerbread houses over my godmother's house. This is crazy, peeps. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, when I did this and heard that we was going to be making a gingerbread, I was like, what the hell? A gingerbread house? Okay. I ain't going to lie, it came out really good. And I did eat it. I'm going to be honest with you. I think I think all this was edible. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. The candy cane was really good, by the way. Just want to let y'all know. But some of this, the combination, don't do it. Y'all might, some of y'all might like it. Not me. I didn't like the combination of all that. Just, it wasn't for me, peeps. But it was kind of good. These here, oh yeah, these things right here, I used to eat a lot of. I forgot what they're called, but they're really good. All right, peeps. I got. Let me zoom out. Okay, this is my PE class. I can't think of what period it was. It was either fourth period or fifth period. So it was either before lunch or after lunch. Listen, I want y'all to understand something. This right here was my whole crew, except for a couple of people. These people down here, they didn't really play. He was cool. Love this guy. I forgot his name. I think his name was like Josh or something. I love this guy. Uh, you know what? That looks like Brooke. I feel like that's Brooke. I don't even remember. Um, him. So him. Which I don't know why he didn't even get in the damn shot. He was cool. I liked him too. Um, and him, and then him. He reminded me of one of my cousins. But we all played basketball. That's all we did. That's the coach behind me right there. Um, I don't see the other coach. I don't know what happened to him. I guess he may have not been there that day. But yeah, that was the crew, man. We was all playing basketball together, and that's all we did in PE was play basketball together. But yeah, this was these were the homeboys. They were really cool. I liked them. By the way, I just want y'all to know that this guy over here, I don't know. I think he just came in. He didn't play basketball and stuff. I think he also played with us too. He didn't really play with us. He just kind of, you can see over there combing his hair. It was odd. Wally Coyote. Oh, I love this outfit piece. I love this outfit. I think I got this for Christmas, but you could tell that it was either hot in this house because my mom she be cooking. And I mean, wintertime, you gotta let the damn windows up. It's crazy because that's how much she be cooking. Sheesh. The fact that we got the screen oh, I hated this screen door. This screen door is trash. But the fact that we ain't got the other door closed means that it was probably hot as heck in this house. All right, here we go. So this is my sister. She's grown up now, but they came to visit. This outfit, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I look at this, I would say I will never wear this shit again. This looks, I don't even know who or this. That wasn't it, peeps. I This is your boy back in 2007 with the Cadillac DeVille. With my look at this right here. That's my smartphone, peeps. Look at your boy looking clean. All right, this is my grandmother. Listen, I was so oppressed and traumatized back in the day that my grandmother had a garden. And I don't even know if this is. I'm trying to think where this was located at. I think I know where it was located at. So I think this is my aunt's garden. But yeah, they planted all kinds of stuff. Now she had a garden too, but my aunt actually gardened more than she did. And then these so this is the mother. These are the two daughters. And then that's my little cousin. Listen, we were so oppressed and I had so much trauma, peeps, that every holiday we was outside eating, barbecuing, watermelon. This lady right here, that's my aunt. This is her house without the porch. The porch was an add-on. She actually had someone come out and build a porch. It was actually kind of good that she did that too. You got my two aunts here. I think that's one of the cousins. I don't even know. I don't know who the lady is on the left side is. I don't. I think that might have been the lady that stays over here. I think that's my other cousin that stays in this house here, but I can't tell. But yeah, I was so oppressed and so much trauma that we was have eating watermelon outside during the holidays, and that bench lasted for a long time, peeps, a long time. Listen, look at this. They're up here cutting fish. They will go fishing, get the fish, clean it, gut it, and do all this other stuff. Listen, I couldn't do it, peeps. I couldn't do it. Shout out to them though. Now this dog, this is my mom's dog. Listen, I'm gonna say something. I hate to say this because I know it's her dog, but this to me was the stupidest dog ever. And don't tell my mom this, but I used to actually let it out of the. So this is so weird. I used to let it out of the. Like I would open up the gate to let it out, hoping that it would run off and never come back ever again. And it would run off, and then not even a minute or two later, it comes running right back down. And it goes right back inside the cage. And I'm just like, do you not realize I like try to let you go like free? Like you should have like ran away. But yeah, I used to let that. I hated that dog. I don't know why. I just hated it. That's me eating a donut because I was so traumatized. Look at that TV, that 1920s TV, peeps. That's the back door. Yeah, I was very traumatized as a kid. Peeps, I was so traumatized as a kid that they had me out here mowing the freaking grass. Peeps, this is my cousin. They literally had us mowing the grass in my diapers because for some odd reason I couldn't have pants when I was mowing the grass. Peeps. Now, this right here was some cousins of mine. This whole hedge bush thing I actually liked. So, okay, this is the. I guess I can explain this too. So y'all see the house, my aunt's house back in off in here. This here is supposed to be the front yard, and this is not even all of it. So there was a part where I show you where my bike was. That's where we parked the car, right? Then there's a whole other yard upward behind this camera right here. So this right here is supposedly supposed to be the front of the yard. Now, the front of this house is, I mean, the back of the house is facing my aunt's house, but this sidewalk here goes to the side of, is a door that goes inside of the kitchen. Yeah, goes inside the kitchen. And look at my cousin has a better mower than me, which is crazy. That's me. I don't even know where that was taken. That probably was taken off in the army or something. Oh, this is a really good view. So this was Easter, if I believe, if I'm thinking correctly. So this where we was cutting the grass. This is considered the backyard. Look at all that up in there. From so all this is ours. that up there is ours, and then all the way back down till you get to the car. And then off in the woods, my mom bought property off in the woods. So where my car was at, often back off in the background wasn't ours initially, but it is now. We had this tree here. This right here is a family friend, and then these hedges. They use a. I know I can only imagine they use a pain to keep trim. Hold on, peeps. I'll be back. Sorry, your boy over here cooking, because that's what I do. Is I cook. So that was a family friend. I know these hedges were, like I said, were a pain to trim. But that's my grandmother. Now, one thing I would tell you is that me and my grandmother was pretty tight. I actually talked to her quite a bit, especially when I was in Catholic school about just various stuff, and she would tell me different things and stuff like this. Now it's sad because this house is no longer there. Um, Sad, and then all this right here is grown up to where it's like a forest. This tree's no longer there. It was, as a matter of fact, we got by the time I got into like grade school, all this changed and stuff. So, and then look at the mountain. Peeps, I actually went. I've actually been up this mountain. Don't tell nobody. I probably would get in trouble because we used to go up there. We only went up there like maybe 3 or 4 times. It's a pretty. It takes like an hour to get up there via bike, but then 20 minutes to come back down. It was really interesting. Um, so you can see on the side of the house right there, the hedges, and that was the side of the yard. Look at your boy. Your boy is so traumatized that they had me swimming in water, which you know I can't swim. Super traumatized. And look at me. I'm just like, why I gotta cut this grass? He looked bored as hell. Your boy was just like, I gotta cut this damn grass. Okay, this is a better view here. So this is the old car we had. Now all this is like all of ours. And that just kind of goes to show you how big this yard is, peeps. How much we had to like cut. That's what I'm saying. This is a 2.5 hour. Now, a lot of this here is gravel, but it's no longer there. Um, I don't know what this. I think this was like my one of my cousins. So there was a trailer that y'all saw in the background, or another building, the little brown little thing. That was one of my cousins. I think that was all theirs. But yeah, your boy riding that bike. Look at that. Now this side of the family, I'm not very fond of. I'm not gonna lie. They like too much trauma. But whatever. Cousin. All these are cousins. Listen, I was so traumatized and so dramatized that there was Thanksgiving dinner cooked. This is a kitchen of this old house. This was a kitchen. And actually, to the side, to the left, is where the door is to lead outside. There you go. Look at me. I'm just like, I don't want no damn cake. I'm traumatized. The hell I want cake for, and I'm traumatized. But you can see the house. Actually, I take that back. No, the door. Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. The door was to the left of us. But yeah, I don't know what the heck this was, but it's a telephone, but I have no idea what it was. I don't even remember. I remember it, but I don't remember it. There I go with my what's his? I can't think of his name now. There I go. So you got my grandmother here, my aunt here, me in the middle, then my other cousin. Now this was probably it could be Easter. She now this is her yard going towards the street. So if y'all saw where her house was, this is going towards this street. She planted a whole bunch of stuff. It was crazy. I was 3 years old, peeps, with a big ass cake. I'm so traumatized. I'm so traumatized. I'm walking around with a bottle. Now y'all see what this is? This is a switch. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I ain't got nothing to say. You got the old school. I think that right there was my uncle because he was in the military. My mom was in the military too. This is our living room. Okay, so this was in Alabama. The school bus 13, and I had just took a picture of it just because um it was the last days. I think it was the last day that I was there. I don't remember what that is. I think it was like a just a picture frame, and they made like they got some cardboard and just posted on there. We'll miss you and all that. This was actually so this right here. We was actually having food to because I was going away. So that's me, some of my classmates. This was Alabama. Look at this TV. You know what's so funny? We hardly ever watched anything on these TVs. I don't even know why they was even up there, to be honest with you. This is a teacher. I actually liked her. I remember. I forgot her name. This was actually her class. No, was it her class? No, this wasn't her class. This teacher here in this class had issues. I'm just gonna. This is a social studies class. Science class. I loved her. She was cool. Look at this girl. She's like this girl over here. I kind of liked. She was cute. Look at all this. Now she's new, so she literally moved like I think 2 weeks ago, and it was I felt bad for her because we're telling her to be, everyone to gather into the picture, and she just kind of stood there because she was, new. Look at these fools, these damn fools. Listen, all these three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Yeah, these are all my friends right here. They were cool. I like them. I don't even know. I don't even remember what class this was. This had to been science class. Had to have been. Now these are the apartments I lived in, and I lived in this floor here, top floor right here. Um, I used to have my bike right down here because I didn't like carrying it upstairs. All right, this was my friend here. I don't know who. I think this is someone he's related to. But he was my friend here. He evil. I told him one time when I was um talking to him, I was like, you're a very evil kid, very evil kid. But he lived in some apartments right across from mine. So where that school bus was, those apartments right there by the behind the school bus is where he lived. This was my best friend. Okay, my best friend. This is Brooke. Cool guy, got his trophies, TV. This was his room. Now I didn't get to go up to his house a lot because they was always gone. And then like in the summertime, they would go stay with their I think it was their grandmother or something because their mom and dad worked. And then they didn't usually get home until like 7, 8 o'clock. So and I'm usually in the house. But when I did get to see him, we hung out quite a bit. And he actually, hey Google, stop alarm. All right, I'm stopping the alarms and timers that are ringing on your smart home devices. He actually, I won't be able to. I don't think I'll be able to show it, but he actually lived across the street from the complex. Peeps, I was so traumatized that your boy got a Super Nintendo. Look at that sad face. That face was like, oh, another system. Actually, I was so glad to get this thing because I was like, when I saw this, I was like, the reason why my face is like this, I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Because I told my mom, don't get me if I can't have a Super Nintendo with two controllers and Mario Kart. Don't get me the system at all. When I saw that system, I kind of I didn't know what to think because I looked at the box and I was like, eh. Because she she went and got me. I think this was the one, and it doesn't show it, but this is the one that had the two controllers in the in Mario World, and I was like, "This is my brother and sister. We was at Magic Springs. You can see my face. I was not happy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was miserable the whole entire time frame. You see my this was my stopwatch and my hat, Bulls hat. This is your boy graduating kindergarten. This is everybody in kindergarten. It was crazy, peeps. I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of don't remember this. Um, but yeah, this is when I was in Catholic school. Now, if you know, oh, I know who that is. That's Crystal. This girl right here is Crystal. That's Susan. I don't see anybody else. I don't see Blake. Listen, your boy was so traumatized that your boy got a train set, a fire truck with a remote control, a front end loader with a remote control. I was very traumatized as a kid, especially around Christmas time. It's crazy. Crazy all this stuff. I don't know why the hell my mom got me this because I didn't. It was I was by myself. Who am I gonna play with? This is a tic tac toe deal where you throw like bean bags and you're supposed to try to aim it to flip it over to whatever. So if you're O's, you want to try to aim for this spot so it'll flip over to O, or aim for this spot so it'll flip over to X. That fire truck was actually kind of fun. Uh, yeah, that truck I didn't really care much for either. Oh, that's that pinball machine that my mom got for her. I thought it was for me, but it was for her. I think I showed that already. Boy, this is my CD collection with the two tapes. For some odd reason, I had a Sega Genesis because I was so traumatized. As a kid, I had a Sega Genesis. This is my stereo system with my stereo. This this had to been like 90, just based on the CDs. This had to been like 96 because I was trying to see Tupac, two strictly for my niggas. Ja Rule the Damager, KRS-One. Look at the setup. Your boy, the setup was clean, peeps. My stuffed animals. This bear here, it was like my emotional support bear. This here, I have no idea how. I think so. I think my grandmother or something made this. My 101 Dalmatians. Oh, I love that show. Movie. I mean, I actually love the show too. Is this Ernie? It's my costume. My Halloween costume. All right, peeps. I want y'all to understand something. This here was my best friend. This was Chad. I think that was his cousin or something. That's me. That's Bryce. I don't know who the other two are. I think they was with him. I don't remember. No, I think one of them was with him. I think he was with him. And I think that's just Bryce. And I think that I don't know who all these people are. This is my best friend. That's all I'm gonna tell you. And it's my cousin. I was a panda bear, by the way. And what was so funny is that I don't know who he was supposed to be. He was supposed to be like I can't even think of what it's called now because my minds went blank. It's I forgot. It's like a cross between Count Dracula and someone else. Um, because really it was just supposed to be just me, my cousins, and just do a third party. But I was actually so right here is the window. He lives across the fence, and we were setting up and stuff, and I saw him playing. I yelled at him, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he was like, "Hey, nothing much. We just playing." I was like, "What y'all doing?" I was like, "Oh, we setting up for a party." He was like, "Oh, can we come?" 'Cause I didn't even know his ass was even around. I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, can I bring my friend, my I think he said cousin and his friend." I was like, "Yeah, yeah, go ahead." And so there we go. But yeah, this is Chad. We were cool. Panda bear, panda. I don't know why I wanted to be a panda, but yeah, I was a panda bear. Nin Nin. Oh, those nunchucks. I love those nunchucks, peeps. This right here, listen, look at that. You can't say that's not a great costume. This here was at St. Michael's, the Catholic school, during their Halloween party. Look at your cadet Aubrey Rigsby in the house. Look at this telephone piece. This is how you know it's old. I don't even know what this is. But yeah, your boy in the army. Look at this. I was so damn oppressed and I was so traumatized. Look at my typewriter down there. We didn't have computers. We did typewriters. Look at my construction tools. Look at my school bus that actually made sound. My blocks back here. Actually, I love these blocks. I actually wanted a lot of those blocks. This right here was a battleship. It was actually kind of fun and interesting. This goes to show you how where I was. Now I was born in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I know a lot of people don't know that, but yeah, I was born in the army. If this means anything to y'all, that's how much I weighed. And I was born April 14th, so at 317. Me and my mom. That's my aunt. This is my little cousin, I think. My aunt. That's my mom. My grandmother that died in '96. That was a tough year for me. This is back when I was in college with the perm babies. So I think that's it, peeps. I think that's it. So yeah, your boy was so traumatized as a kid that yeah, that was it. Yeah, your boy was super traumatized. I don't know what to say. I was traumatized, peeps. So So, yeah, that's goes to show you about how. This is a little something to let y'all know how I grew up and how I moved, how I was. Now, when I go back home, I'll probably make a part two, but this it's gonna be like next. It's probably gonna be months, years later because I have to go back home and get some old photos and take pictures and kind of make. Cause some of those were actually me taking pictures or me scanning, in my scanner. But yeah, goes to show you about so that goes to show you what type of childhood I had as a kid. And yeah, I was super traumatized. So when I come on here and say about like I'm not sitting here saying I'm perfect, but I don't have trauma. I'm just gonna be blunt. I don't have trauma. I lived a really great life. I really did. And that goes to show you. That goes to show you how much of a great life I had. All the Christmases I had, especially if your boy got a Super Nintendo. And we're throwing Halloween parties and you know, it's crazy, peeps. But yeah, that's a little insight into my how I lived as a kid. Thank y'all for watching. Let me know how y'all's childhood was. I know y'all's childhood had been better than mine. Now, keep in mind, I'm going to let you know, we didn't do a lot of traveling. We didn't have the money for that. It was just me and my mom. But that just kind of goes to show you that we were, in that time period, we would have been considered lower middle class. So that's kind of how you would classify us, lower middle class. And my mom actually did construction, and she was also in the army. So that just kind of give you some insight about how I grew up, how I move, all that. So, anyways, peeps, I am out of here. Y'all take care. Peace, and I am gone.